Welcome to your Multicultural channel. My name is Jhocelin Gilbert, and today at the Newcomer Network, I am the interviewee. Linda, hi.
Hi. Well, thank you for having me. And I am Linda Drosdowech, and I'm a coach for entrepreneurs. And Jhocelin was so kind as to ask me to come and speak with her today. And we were talking about what we wanted to discuss. And I mentioned that I actually prefer interviewing people. So that's what we're going to do today. And I want to explore talking with you about your entrepreneurial journey and your vision. Because I know one of the things that attracted me to you when we first got connected, which was very recently, was how passionate of a connector you are. And that's something that really stood out for me because as an entrepreneur myself, I know that we can't do it alone. We have to have a community of people supporting us, uplifting us, empowering us, buying our services, buying our products. We need each other as entrepreneurs. And so one of the reasons that I was so intrigued by you was that you lead with the fact that you are a connector and that you are somebody who believes in community building. So tell me where that's come from. How did you become such an advocate for community building yourself?
Yeah. First of all, thank you for having me. This is kind of weird, Linda, to be in this side, but I enjoy it. You know, everything started in a very weird way, I will say, because I didn't even thought that I was a connector.
Okay.
During COVID, I started my digital platform on Instagram. And after COVID, I started hosting different events for that community. And I realized that people wanted to connect.
Yes. I remember you saying you started mostly posting about recipes, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. This is how I started.
You started with recipes and showing people how to prepare different dishes, but you learned pretty soon that what people were coming for was more the newcomer experience in Canada.
Yeah.
And that's what so you ran with it.
Yeah, it was about 3 months only, because when we were home, during the pandemic, we were home, and when we had to go back to work, I didn't have that time to be recording, cooking different kinds of food, and I realized that people were more interested in learning about living in Canada. I posted a poll, and people just decided they want to know more about Canada.
Yes.
And that's how everything changed. And I extended my network in Canada thanks to social media. When we went back to work and the doors were open, we could see each other, meet together, get together. I started posting different events, and I realized that people wanted to get together. And something also that I used to do at the beginning was going to different events. For example, Colombian event, Mexican event, and then the community started getting together.
Okay. So tell me about, you are very passionate about helping newcomers adjust and thrive when they come to Canada, and they are creating communities here. That seems to be a very good strategy for you, was posting on social media about something you were passionate about, cooking, and then morphing into talking about your personal experience, and then drawing people to you to come to meet in person and get together. So what was that like when you first started to put on these events and you started to have people come out? They were coming for you.
My very first event was, I remember, was Aero Dance 3 years ago. And I just invited a few friends. I told a friend, hey, I need to exercise. And I don't like exercising. I like dancing.
Okay.
It's kind of exercise, but
Yeah.
but not like the gym. And she said, oh, let's do Zumba at the park. And she used to be a Zumba instructor, and she didn't have the license, so we did something different. We called Aero Dance.
Okay.
And we had about 25 to 30 women went to that event.
I'm so curious because for people watching, that piece right there, you had 25 or 30 people come to this event. How did you find them? How did you draw them in? Because that's important for people to know. How did that happen? How did you invite them?
Because remember, I started creating content for social media. So I posted on social media.
There you go.
Hey, let's get together at the park. We are going to exercise and dance and have fun. And some friends invited other friends. And I have the pictures, about 25 to 30 women there in that event.
Okay. So you
that was...
are such a good natural marketer, because I work with clients, so I'm working with entrepreneurs all the time. And one of the things that people get intimidated by is marketing and asking people to come to their events and purchase their services. And I'm always trying to explain to people, it's simply an invitation. Marketing is just, you're putting out an invitation that is enticing and engaging to people. So you obviously have a really strong knack for that.
And so many people missed it. And no, I didn't know it was like that. So that was by June and October, we had the first networking event. So we rented a community center for about 100 people, I think. And I said, okay, I am going to invite from 10 to 12 businesses, Hispanic businesses, and get together to connect and learn from each other. So when I invited about 18 or 20. So I was thinking, if I invite 20, I might have 12 people coming. No, they all say yes, and they brought more people.
Oh my gosh.
So the first networking event was 160 people.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's so impressive. And I'm in the process of, I'm running a pitch challenge for my clients and for my entrepreneur audience. And the fact that you were able to get all those businesses, again, give me just even the practical, what did you do? Did you get on the phone? Did you go in person?
Social media.
Social media, okay. Instagram? Like that was your thing?
Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram.
So you just had your phone posting on Instagram, and all of these people are drawn to you.
And that's not all.
Okay.
That first networking, one friend told me, Jhocelin, I did that for free. I just asked for a fee for the venue, for all the expenses. So one friend told me, Jhocelin, sorry to tell you that, but that's a little bit dumb. And I was like, because you are working, I spent about 3 months working on that networking event. And she said, I got 12 clients in your events.
Wow.
12. And everybody was talking, everybody was getting clients. And I was like, oh, people are getting clients. Their businesses are growing because of me. And thank you.
Wait a second.
So the second year, we decided to do something bigger. And we had about 300 people. I have the videos and the pictures around. And we did it for profit. And now we are planning the third one that will be this September.
Okay.
Yeah.
For profit.
And we are expecting about 400 people.
Wow.
And let's see. Let's see
And
how it
400
goes.
people, and those are going to be businesses and
in
people. You and I remember having a conversation. Are you charging admission for the people to come?
This year, I have to charge admission.
Yes.
Because we are renting a different place, and it's more expensive.
Right.
It's more expensive.
So you're growing. Your vision is growing. Your business is growing. Tell me.
And the first two networking events were only Spanish.
Okay.
But this one, we are inviting other communities to be the Spanish.
Oh, beautiful. So you're bringing in the multicultural element.
This year will be different. Oh, we had different shows and presentations.
And what makes your events different? What is it about those events that draws people in? What are you providing that people are obviously looking for? You've filled a niche or a gap that maybe people didn't even realize was there. So what is it that is so unique about what you offer?
I think that my energy.
Okay.
And people trust me a lot.
Yeah.
And they see all my events and how I support the community. So I think those three things are what people...
They trust you, your energy, and you're truly passionate about community and about supporting your community.
Yeah, and I think that they know they will have something. Businesses will get clients, but they will have those connections.
Right. That's coming up in September. And what's your bigger plan? What's your bigger vision? You know, if you're looking at the next 5 years, 10 years, what kind of business are you aiming for?
I will tell you in general.
Yeah.
Because I have learned that we don't say everything. But I will be supporting entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Businesses. We will be hosting a networking event soon.
Okay.
Another in a different way. And we will be hosting different events. I just finished my certificate at Robertson's College.
Oh, I saw that.
In event planning, and keep working on social media.
Okay. So
that's the plan.
What is it about entrepreneurs that makes you excited to be an entrepreneur and excited to support other entrepreneurs in their journey? What is it about that industry that draws you in?
You know what? I started my own business when I was 15.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dad makes jewelry.
Is that your dad's?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what
gorgeous.
my dad does. So I remember I used to go when I was 10, 12 years old with my mom to buy things, to buy materials or to buy jewelry somewhere to resell. So I told my mom, I think we could buy a few pair of earrings and I can sell them at school when I was 15. And she said, okay, let's try. So we bought 3 or 4. And one day when I went to school, I came back without it. I sold them. I used to buy it $15 and I sold it for $35. Nice. And my mom said, what, you sold? Yes, and they want more.
Oh,
so
turn it a
everything
profit.
started like that. And then I started my own tutoring class lesson. I had class. And then I had my own school back in Dominican Republic. So I said, okay.
Your own school for?
Own school, elementary school.
Oh, you were a teacher?
Yes, because I'm still a teacher.
Oh, you're still a teacher?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I came here, the first thing I got into my suitcase was a package of earrings, necklaces. And I remember now that I have a friend from Ecuador that she did the same because we have this entrepreneur mindset. So when I came, I brought earrings, rings, lots of jewelry, and I realized that people don't wear those things that much in here. And then I tried different kinds of things and they didn't work. To answer your question, it was a way to support those businesses and entrepreneurs in a way that I didn't have at the beginning because I didn't know. I didn't know the market. I didn't know the people, or I didn't have enough. Right now, if I decide to sell, I know who I'm going to offer my jewelry because there's people who wear jewelry. Look what you're wearing.
I like the bling.
But yes, many people but we didn't have the resources. We didn't know the people, the connections. So I thought it is a way to support those businesses by establishing those connections. But everything should be a win-win.
So for you, giving back is helping and providing the support that you would have liked to have had when you were starting, coming here, selling jewelry, the things that you would have wanted. So let me ask you this, because I, as well, that's what I do. I support entrepreneurs to grow their businesses. What do you think are some of the most important qualities you need for that entrepreneurial spirit, for running your own business, for being your own boss? What do you think people, if they're considering starting a business of their own, or maybe they're struggling, they've started one and they're struggling, what do you think is the most important qualities that you need for an entrepreneur? And I will preface this by saying, I think one of the keys that you already said was a few of them things that you tried, the ventures that you tried did not work, but you didn't give up. You kept going.
Yeah.
That's one. That resilience, that ability to fail.
This is the number one.
And learn, amazing.
Yeah. But something important also, it's know yourself.
Yes.
Because right now, everybody wants to be a coach. Everybody wants to be this and that. And you need to find your strengths. You need to find something that you like, not something that works on someone else.
Right.
And sometimes you have that resilience, but maybe you are working hard on something that it's not for you. And okay, you will start the business, but maybe you would be more successful in something else because that's not your strength. So I think that's something very important when we are going to start something, a business. Find what you are good at.
Yes.
And find something that you enjoy.
I 100% agree because as you know, as a coach myself, I'm really good at coaching. I love coaching clients. But what I didn't enjoy as much at the beginning was I started my business prior to the pandemic, but when the pandemic hit, I was doing all my coaching online, which was great. So I was coaching people in Canada, US, and Europe. Wonderful. Big market, right? But working from home by myself, I found very hard sometimes because I missed that camaraderie. I missed the ability to bounce an idea off somebody. I did find it quite isolating and lonely at times. So one of the things that I did, I'm also consider myself a community builder, was, I started to put the word out to different entrepreneurs that I knew to say, hey, let's meet, let's gather at least once a month. I started with once a week, but then we moved to once a month. Let's gather, let's talk, let's share resources and ideas and just, collaborate. And so to me, it's also being willing to tweak our businesses with what is working and then what is not working for us, and see if there is a way that you can find something that you can get what you need and still keep your business going.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Amazing. So you have all the qualities of that entrepreneur. You've got a lot of ideas, you've got a lot of energy, and you've got a big vision of what you want to provide for people.
Yeah.
So
sometimes we struggle with few thoughts, but we overcome it.
You know what? Listen, that is, from all of my work that I do with different clients, that is also a very normal struggle, is the self-doubt. That's a big one. We get these great ideas. We have a lot of enthusiasm at the beginning, right? And then when things don't work and, you hear no and you get rejected and things fail, a lot of self-doubt can creep in. What if, maybe I don't have what it takes, or what if this never works? Or the big one that a lot of people struggle with is it's taking too long. We want to see results quickly, and when it takes longer than you expect, you start to think, well, maybe I'm in the wrong field. Maybe this isn't right. So
I have experienced that in my business.
Yeah.
I remember we were having between 12 to 15 children for 3 years. And my mom used to tell me, close that, go get a job. It's not going to work. It has been 2 years. Now it has been 3 years. And when I left my country, we had 65 children at school already.
Good for you.
I never quit.
What kept you from not quitting? Because a lot of people...
I believed.
You believed. Okay.
Takes time.
Okay.
I believed.
Okay. So that ability to... because I love to think about what our thoughts are telling us. So on the one hand, we do have those thoughts of self-doubt, that are saying, this isn't going to work, maybe I'm not good at this. But if we can actively create the thoughts that are stronger than that doubt, that belief, I truly believe this is possible.
Yes, but you need to understand, sometimes it's you believe in yourself, you believe in your project, but other times you need to understand it's not going to work. For example, I did not keep on the jewelry thing.
Right. Yeah.
Because there's something that tells you, no, it's not going to work.
Yep.
But there are facts.
Yep.
Not your mind.
Yes.
Okay, I was thinking, how is that possible? I have the skills. I'm doing something new, something different. The environment is really nice and the people are not coming.
Yeah.
But I believe that there's not a reason. I need to wait. I need to wait for people to see my work. I need people to trust in me as a professional.
Yes.
And that's why I believed in what I was doing. But for example, with the jewelry or other things I have been doing, I understand that that's not for me, or that this is not the right place, or this is not the right time.
Absolutely. And, one of the things that I always encourage people to do is to be constantly evaluating, really look at what is working, what is not working, and then being willing to ask yourself, okay, what decision am I going to make differently? What am I going to try differently? And that willingness to say, okay, the jeweler business, it's not working here. And the willingness to let go of a dream is also a part of the entrepreneurial journey, right? We can pivot, we can shift, and there's no shame in that. There is just, I tried something, it didn't work, I can let it go, and I'm going to try the next thing and give it my all and believe in it and, keep evaluating. Look at the data. I liked that you said that. Look at the data, look at the facts, be willing to weigh everything and make your decisions from there. To me, entrepreneurship is a series of decisions that we make.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to get good at making decisions quickly. And what I believe you are very good at is trusting yourself. That is part of being a really good decision maker is I trust myself. I know, I'm going to try something. If it doesn't work, I might have a few moments of disappointment and frustration and, feeling, throwing myself a pity party. And then I'm going to support myself to get back up there and try something else. And that to me is just a solid foundation for success. So we've talked about your entrepreneurial journey, your vision. We've talked about what's coming up next for you. And I love that you also gave people insight into what people need, the qualities people need as an entrepreneur. What haven't we talked about? What do you want people to know?
Something that I mentioned before. Sometimes we focus on what other people are doing. For example, there is a restaurant and it's doing good money. For example, I'm gonna have my own. Or there is a person selling clothing or with a store, I'm gonna make that. So I would like to talk a little bit about that because sometimes we focus on other people's achievements and we don't see what we have in our hands. So it's very important to know that sometimes there are different needs, but we focus on what other people are doing instead of what the needs are. And I can provide and support that needs.
Because you're somebody who loves social media, there's two things that I see happening when we are on our phones in social media and we are, looking at other people's businesses because, Instagram especially is really a big marketplace. It's just one big colorful marketplace. And we can either choose to get inspired by people and go, wow, look at what they're doing. If she can do it, I can do it. I should try that. So there's sources of inspiration that make us feel, empowered and feel like a sense of possibility. But the other thing that can happen is the compare and despair. So you see other people doing amazing things and it doesn't inspire you, it defeats you. You think, look at how far they've come. I'll never be able to achieve that. We compare ourselves, especially entrepreneurs at the beginning of our businesses. One of the things that I see people do.
Look how she's doing and I'm not doing like that.
Exactly. We look at somebody who's been in business for 10 years, has a whole team of people supporting them with marketing and PR and, stylists. And then, we've been in business for 2 months and we think, oh my gosh, like my business doesn't look anything like that. And we compare and we just think, oh my gosh, I might as well give up. So we're comparing our beginning steps to somebody's finished product. And that's when I think, especially for entrepreneurs, there's that fine line between looking for inspiration from others. But then I always tell my entrepreneurs that you should create before you consume. So before you consume other people's content on social media, create your own content first. Create your own business plan, create your own vision, because that's very important to what you kept saying was that you have to be true to yourself and to what you value and what makes you come alive. So really being in touch with that before you get into everyone else's business, really get solid in what you want to do.
Yeah, and do not compare yourself to others.
Yeah.
Compare to yourself yesterday. What you learned.
Yes.
What you got. How you grew. So I think watching sometimes in my country, in my country, people used to put something in here to the horses.
Oh, the blinders.
Yeah. So do like that.
Yes.
Go this way. Do not, because you are going to distract yourself.
Yes.
So focus on what you're learning, focus on what you want and what you have done. Okay, if you, for any reason, you see something, okay, what can I learn from this? But do not stress out because some people go faster than others.
Yes.
And some people would like to be where you are now.
Yes.
And you're focusing on someone else.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. You are somebody else's dream right now.
Oh, yes.
And, but yet, we're always looking at the next goal and the next, what we want to be achieving rather than being like, I'm in it. I'm this is it. This is me in the thick of it, learning, growing, challenging myself.
And everybody
being
has
proud.
Different things on their way. For example, when I started creating content in 2020, there were so many other content creators. And I have a community of 16,000.
Yes.
But there are people with 100, 200, 500,000 community. I shouldn't be focusing on that. I need to focus on, when I'm having an event, people go to that event. When I don't post for a few days, people are texting, "Hey, Jhocelin, are you okay? I haven't watched any, I haven't seen any story for a few days. Are you okay?" So it's not about how other people are growing. No. It's about what I'm building and what I give value to.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not about the numbers. It's how connected people feel to you. And obviously they do feel connected to you.
Yeah.
And you are creating an amazing community. And I'm so glad we got to have this conversation today.
And we will
Thank
keep
you
growing.
for coming to my show.
No, thank you so much, Linda. I really enjoyed this part. I really, really, really like to be in this side. It's easier. So I really appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. This has been a great conversation, and I like being the interviewer. So this worked out well.
And you know what? Feel free to invite our audience to follow you.
Oh, absolutely. Follow me. I'm on mostly Instagram and LinkedIn at my name, Linda Drosdowech, and I post a lot of content on entrepreneurship, goal setting, marketing, networking, community building, and I would love to connect with you there. So reach out.
Yeah, and thank you to our wonderful audience for being there once again at the Newcomer Network, You Multicultural channel. See you next time, and don't forget to follow us. Bye!